Welcome back to UAV drone design. In the last tutorial we created the hollow out the turbine, and we had some chamfers, and then we split apart some of the drone head, and then we will in this tutorial we will hollow this out and add electronics, some visual electronics. Not any passenger will be in this plane, so it's just going to be simple electronics. So let's go back to our model here, and then what we're going to do is we already split apart. We set it into a different file, and then so we're going to jump over to that file. So to do that, we're going to come up here, and then we're going to press new, and it's going to be a new part. Okay, and then we're going to open our head that we called a drone head. I'm going to open this part. Don't rebuild. Okay, so that's our head right here. Alright, so we're going to hollow this out, so it's going to be a shell. In the features commands, you will find here a command that calls shell, so you're going to choose that. We are going to hollow out from this point, so we're going to take for the hollowing out is going to be about 1, leave it at about 1, and then we're going to choose this face, and we're just going to press OK. And I like that thickness, that's very good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we want to add some screws along this area, and then for that we have to create a curve that goes all up on this side all the way up here. So let's have a look at our picture. It doesn't show in the picture because the picture is not very clear, but in real life there are actual screws that attaches this face. It's not that deep of screws, so let's see what we can create on that. So let's go to front plane. Actually, let's create a plane off of front plane, and that's a good distance, so I'm going to check that. Okay, and then we're going to sketch on this plane, and then I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to convert entities and just select this piece, and it will give us the exact lines of what we're looking for. So let's press OK on that. Of course, we cut away the top part and we leave the bottom, and then we're going to offset this line. Let's reverse that, and we're going to make that into probably bring it 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. That's good, and we add the screws along this area here. Okay, check that. So I want to make sure that this line passes our part, so we're just going to grab a line here, or let's grab a spline and just go up here that way, and let's make that tangent. And then let's come over here and see. Okay, that's good. And you know what, let's not make that line tangent, and that's good enough like that. Okay, so we don't need the bottom portion of the sketch. Let's go back to normal to profile. I brought that up there, which we don't want. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's get away from this line. No, that's not gonna be good. So let's get rid of this one line that we created here. Okay, and now let's try to trim the bottom portion. Oh, that's not bad, it jumped up a little bit, but that's exactly what we want. That looks fairly straight. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to not split. Or yes, actually we're going to split this because we want this to go on both sides. So let's go to split line, but we're not going to create multiple bodies from it. So we're going to select this sketch, and then we're going to select this face, and it's going to be a single direction. And let's see what we get. Okay, so we got this one, this side, but we don't get that side. Okay, so let's delete this, and let's go back again. Let's go to split line, and let's select the sketch, and let's select both faces. It's going to be a single direction. Okay, so now we have this line on both sides. We can hide this plane now, and so it's not a curve yet, it's a split line, so we won't be able to create our curve-driven pattern on this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a 3D sketch, okay, and it's going to be a spline, and then we're just going to come in here and go all the way on around it, and that's going to be sufficient enough. Let's go all the way around. So once we have created this curve here, what we need is to create our screws. Unfortunately, curve-driven geometry, curve-driven pattern won't work for us here because we have a very complex geometry here. But we will need to add some 3D sketch lines individually. We won't need that much screws, so that's going to be probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe 5. So let's create that. So let's grab our sketch tool, and let's grab our 3D sketch, and let's grab our center line, and let's just get to the top view here very quickly. And there's going to be one screw here, and then there's going to be another one here. And you want to make sure that these lines are fairly straight. And then another one here, and then one about here, and one in the middle. Okay, so now let's turn the bolt this way, and let's see how straight are we. We're gonna make these lines as straight as we can. So the extrude will come down like that, so you want to make sure that your line is perpendicular to that face as much as possible, so your screws is going to be okay. Let's delete these lines because it seems like they are frozen in space, not like these two. This two is moving freely, so that's what you want. So let's go back to our center line and just head back to our sketch. Let's make sure these lines are freely movable. Let's grab another center line. And we are going to add one more in the front here. Something like that. Okay, so let's just make sure that these lines are as perpendicular to the line that they're on as much as possible. Come in here, that there, and this one will come in something like that. Okay, I like that. So let's turn around, see what we have from all angles. That's fairly good. I like that. Let's have a look at this one here. Okay. Let's have a look at this one a little bit closer. Okay, that looks good to me. And this one is still out of order. It will come down like that. Let's get from this side. Okay. Okay. Right. So let's start with this one here. So what I'm going to do, exit this sketch. I'm going to grab a plane here quickly and place it up here. Okay, and then we're just gonna go in this plane. Unfortunately, we're gonna draw on every single plane at this point. And then just going to grab a circle here, pull it out just a little bit. I will come back to normal to profile to see how big the circle is. And just bring it down to the size that we're looking for. That's good. Maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, that's good. You know what, we can add a dimension to it. Okay, make it about 2. That's even better. Or let's raise that down to 1.5. I'm not happy with that. 1.5. Okay, 1.5 looks a lot better. Okay, I'm going to check on that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make an extruded cut. And let's look at this side. How far are we going in? I don't want to go in too much because we just need that face. Okay, I'm gonna press OK on that. And now that we don't need this plane anymore, we can hide that. We're still going to keep the line here. So we're gonna come in here and create a sketch on this face. And then we're going to grab one of these lines. Just make it about the same size as the hole that we made. So let's extrude that. Okay, let's make it about 1, maybe 0.5, 0.7. 0.7 might be better. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to add a